Yo, what's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of Coffee with Jones. I'm your host, Juneseightyeight, and today you see this person right here with me, my boy, Izzy, the Misfit Culture TV, live in effect. You know how that goes down. Gotta fix this ring light real quick. Don't want it to be too bright. Like this. Like, we gonna figure it out.
Shining like a diamond, I see.
I know, right? But check out the boy Izzy the Misfit on here, and by the time the episode comes out, the first episode of Misfit Culture TV is going to be out. So
Yes,
subscribe to him.
sir.
So subscribe to him on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify Podcasts. He's everywhere. So
I will
dang.
be everywhere. I will have the updates. Follow Misfit Culture Podcast on Instagram. That's where you will find all the
Oh yeah,
information.
also
You
Instagram.
will find out when I first drop. But this isn't about me. This
It
ain't
ain't
about
about
me
you. It's not
today.
about you. It ain't
It's
about
not
you.
about me.
It's not about you.
It's
Who
not
is it
about
about?
me.
Who is it?
Nah.
Who is it about? I need to
See,
know.
see, here's the thing. Here's the
What
thing
we
that you
doing?
need to tell the people.
What we ain't tell the people?
This is episode 10. Episode 10, right?
But we ain't throwing up there. We ain't throwing up to you.
We ain't throwing up the U. Oh, for any Miami fans that are out there, I'm sorry, but he's kind of disrespecting the U right now. Don't do that. I know it's OHIO all day, but we got to show love for the U. But this ain't about the U. This ain't
No,
about Ohio.
I know it ain't about that. Who is it
This,
about though?
this is about Mr. Jones 88 himself. Today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to learn the ins and outs, the ups and downs, the all arounds of June's 88.
Something like that. Something like that. We're gonna do that. Something like that.
Yeah. I didn't mean to take over the show or whatnot,
Oh,
but
sorry, the floor is yours, man. The floor is yours, man. The floor is yours.
well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, I am Izzy the Misfit, and you
Talk
spell
to
that
me.
MXSF to the T. There ain't no I in me.
Me.
Let God be known through me. I don't want to be known. You already know how it goes. But look, like I said, this is episode 10 of Coffee with Jones. And this is a special episode where we get to learn about the man, the myth, the legend himself, Juneseightyeight, aka Dr. Jones Street.
Yes, man. But that sound about right. That sound about right.
So, Mr. Jones Street, let's go ahead and get right to it. First and foremost, for the people that don't know you or they're just getting to know you a little bit through your YouTube or through your music or through your podcasts, um, who is Juneseightyeight? Who is Mr. Jones?
Who is Juneseightyeight? Juneseightyeight is a creator. Juneseightyeight is a rapper out of Dallas, Texas. Creator, friend, brother. Um, I would say event planner. I put together some dope ass events. Like I'm sorry, like nobody throws better events than me and my squad. Like not to toot my own horn, but toot toot. But
Small flex, just a light flex.
it's just a life flex. I mean, like we people
Go
when
ahead,
we
go ahead, flex real
we
quick.
got a life flex, a life flex. You know what I mean? Just a
Exactly.
little life flex. But yeah, I mean, just a chill person, good people around me. You know, loving, caring person. You know, if I can do anything to help people, I do my best to help them get to wherever they're at to the best of my abilities. You come with me with not, I'm the, I would like to say, I'm probably, I'm a nurturing friend. Like if I see that you want to grow an area, I'm going to help you get to that area to the best of my ability and help you get to that part where if you say, yo, I want to do this, I'm like, all right, cool. How can we get you there? All right. I'm gonna give you ideas and help you and push you to get to that. Sometimes that gets taken the wrong way from certain people. They don't appreciate that. They think they take it as another kind of situation, like I trying to run the career or do like force them into the career they told me they trying to do. But it's like you told me you want to help and I'm helping you, but you don't like the way I'm helping you. And I'm like, I'm about tool giving. You know, I'll give you tools all day. Whatever you do with the information I give you is on you. I'm not going to help you because who Juneseightyeight is a person that I've had doors slammed in my face. I've hit so many brick walls that it's a crying shame to get to where I'm at now. So if I give you information that lets you know I've been through it to let you know, all right, if you want to get on this road of doing whatever it is, like I can help you, whether it's podcast, putting together shows. I'm gonna tell you, it's not easy as it looks. People only see the end product. They don't ever see what I got to go through, and or me and Jeff and Guy have to go through. Mainly me and Jeff, because we joined at the hip when it comes to putting shows together now. Like we go to the venues, make sure everything's cool. We been there. Me, him, and Guy. My boy got Serotype. Shout out to him. Shout out to my boy Altitude. Like we brothers and we seen it. They see what it's like. Y'all see that people see the the ending, but I said all that to say is I'm the person that you got the vision, I'm with you. Like just let me know how it goes. And we're gonna go from there. But Junes88 is a creator and that's about it. That's pretty much an intro, pretty much a solid intro for the people who didn't
That's a
know.
solid intro. That's a solid intro. So basically, what I got out of that is like, if someone tells you, "Yo, I want to do this," you're the one that's gonna help plant the seeds in the ground, and it's up to
Absolutely.
them to basically take care of it from there.
Absolutely. Because I didn't have that kind of help when I came into the game. When I
Right.
first started YouTube, I ain't had nobody telling me what to do,
Right.
how to create videos. When I got into doing shows, I had nobody telling me how to put together. I failed so many times to the point where after a show, people come calling me or to see them the next day at the college I was going to. Yo, that show Friday night was off the chain. Wait, were we doing the same show? Like, were we not? I mean, I guess y'all was entertained, cool, but like, yeah, man, I never had anybody telling me how to do something. I mean, maybe I didn't ask enough questions, but I'm in the pay it forward stage. I'm paying it forward. If somebody ask me how to get into YouTube, I'm gonna tell them how to get into YouTube because I've done it. Uh, I had a partner, you know him, my boy Andrew. He started YouTube. I was ahead. I had like a bunch. I had like 900 subscribers, and he had a couple hundred something. Then he just, I said, do this, yada yada yada. He didn't pass me. He got almost like 9,000 some subscribers on YouTube doing gameplay videos. You know, I got 1,000, but I'm getting back on my game. But like I tell people, you tell me what you want to do, I'm gonna help you because I pretty much know what I'm doing. Like if you choose to listen, that's on you. But don't ask for advice and think I'm gonna just do it for you and you reap the benefit. Now you got to go through that. You got to go through it yourself because what the Bible say, you teach a man how to fish. You give him how to fish, he'll eat for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, he'll never go hungry. That's what I'm at. That's what I'm at in life. That's what I'm at in life.
All right. All right. All right. All right, big dog. I see you. All right. So Junes88, the creator, the brother, the helper outer of pretty much is helping people get started. And I can say from experience that you really are about trying to help people out because I to the people out there that are watching this right now, whenever this drops, uh I wouldn't be doing the podcast game if it wasn't for Mr. Junes88 himself. Like we had a real genuine talk one day, and he basically just kind of steered me in this direction. And it was something that um I have heard multiple times from multiple people saying, "Hey, you need to look into doing this, or you need to look into doing some sort of sports podcast or some sports thing because you're so into it." And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I might, but it really didn't click until June over here talked to me and gave me some advice, and really was like kind of set me straight. And from that point on, it's been nothing but just been moving forward ever since. And if for me, it was like I kind of prayed and I was like, God, if this is something that you want me to do, then I'm gonna need to make sure that this is a you thing and not just a me thing. And he's been showing me that this is a God thing. And had it not been for June, directing me, giving me that talk or whatever, I probably wouldn't be doing this today. So shouts out to you, June. Shouts out to, pushing people in the right direction, me personally, giving me the tools and, really just helping me, stay true to like not really falling off the wagon when it comes to, chasing after things. But enough about me. Let's get back onto you for a second. A
Right.
lot of people don't know this about you, June, but you are a music head.
Yeah.
You make music.
Yes, I do.
You have Spotify, Apple Music. You
Tidal.
have what
I
about a
got
couple
you.
albums out already?
Yeah.
So, how did that start? How did the whole music thing happen? And uh, how did June's 88 become June's 88?
This is I'm about to, I'm about to say something. I never told this before. Like I remember back when I was in the what grade was it? Fourth grade. We were doing this little pep rally. And one day my boy Anthony, shouts out to him, he could make beats like the pen on the table, just beat on the table, making like dope beats, like not thinking nothing of it at the time. And one day he said, out of nowhere, Tony, rap. Okay. I just started saying a bunch of words and just saying stupid stuff at the time. My teacher like, Tony? And that was like, yo, you gotta do that at the pep rally. Like, all right. But I froze up. I didn't do it. I made some lame excuse, but I didn't want to do it. So that
It's funny. You know what's funny though? Your story actually relates to something about me. And
after
the
he
first
said he ain't
time,
gonna make it about him.
no, because it's weird. It's weird because you actually said something that was similar to me.
Right.
Like I kind of do a little rap on the side or whatever. I haven't really got onto it in a while. I want to get back into it. Um, but yeah, like I kind of jumped into it when I was in middle school.
See, then it goes, then the journey continues.
Then the
So
journey continues. Yeah, except some of us, it takes a lot longer for us to actually jump into that niche. You, on the other hand, you've just gone full bore into it.
but see, when I took this, but see, then it goes from there. I stopped. I didn't do anything rap musicy after that. Like whatever, that's just something I was doing. Then got to junior high. Every morning, see the thugs, you would like to call them the gangbangers of the school.
Oh, I know all about those.
So
I was cool with them too. Surprisingly
and
enough, I
I
was actually cool with those
quote
guys.
thugs. I mean, so they be rapping in the morning, and I guess you want to call it a cipher, whatever. And they be rapping, and everybody, it's like tables. Like you can go to any table, like you got mixed tables, everybody be rapping. So one day I used to get into the freestyle every morning, do it at lunch. Everybody be going in, and you had a dough. You hit them with a dough bomb, and everybody go, "Oh!" When I got my first, oh yeah, that's one of the things where you feel good that whole day. Like
Got it.
yeah. Then
It
if
was
you
Yeah, I can relate to that. I can relate to that too. I remember automotive class. I was in it was automotive class. I was in high school at the time. And that class we really didn't do much. So we went outside to the back and we were just chilling out in the garage area per se. And some people were like, hitting on like tables or whatever, making beats, and we were rapping or whatnot. And so I started freestyling just off the blue. And there's this one dude, he's kind of nodding his head. So it's like, yo, man, like, damn, I could skateboard to this shit right here. When he said
huh?
that, I was like, okay, I think I have something.
When you get that first little nod, then it takes you to a place that's like, I got to get that again. It's like
Yeah.
then throughout the years, high school hit. You know, I had ideas about certain things. Like I tell people what I do now, I did it in high school. Like, but it wasn't to this level. I remember it was an old website called Hoover Spot. Anybody that went to school with me who looking at this know what Hoover Spot is because they blocked MySpace and everything, so you couldn't get on it. So that was the only thing we had. And I remember I got on it, and a buddy of mine, it was real cool. And I put like it was towards the end of my senior year. I had made this big post that morning. I said me and Buddy about to do a project. The name was the Soul Session. It was the Soul Session album. It was gonna be half hip hop, half R&B. And I made that post that morning. By third period, the whole school had got half the school had caught wind of it.
Whoa.
Half the school caught wind of it. So everybody was
Now,
running.
here's my question before you continue. When you made that post, were you actually going to be putting out a project, or was it just like, I'm just going to BS it out and see what happens?
No, I was in my mind. That's what I wanted for a graduation present. Like, I didn't want nothing else, but I wanted to get to the studio. I didn't know nothing about getting beats, but I was gonna figure that part out when I got there. I figure it out. So I made that post, and I think about like by third or fourth period, everybody like people was coming up to me asking me about you and about to make a like. And my partner at the time, he was like, he couldn't believe it. Like he looking at me the whole time, like yeah, like as soon as I graduate, that mug is coming out. Like so, everybody was talking about it, but little little did I know that didn't happen. So I'm like, all right. Then that put a big stall. Once I said that, I knew that my words had power. Like, oh damn, people really listen to me. I so after graduation, I stopped doing music. I didn't do anything. Like I
So
didn't
what
know
did you
those.
so
Go
what
ahead.
did you do since you didn't do music? Like what was the what was the reason behind you not, really pursuing it, and what did you do behind that?
Well, I put it this way: like I didn't do music because one, I didn't know anything about studios. I wasn't working at that time. I was fresh out of high school and going to college, and I didn't know nothing about nothing. How do I even get to a studio? I didn't even know. Well, I didn't even know where to find a studio. I didn't even have a car. So getting to a studio is gonna be a hassle. Like
Right.
it'd be like you can find a studio, but it'd be halfway across town. So by the time I get up, go there, my day is already done. I got to go back home and be, you know what I mean? And I've always been. It's then you always come across a person like, oh, I got a home studio. I come to the crib like, I don't know you like that. And I wasn't. I was like, so I like, whatever. My thing is, God has a time and a place to everything. So I just like, all right. But I kept writing. I kept writing and kept writing until 2013. No, 2000. No, 2012, 13. When I first got into YouTube, then I started really doing YouTube and everything. And then skip fast forward, it wasn't until 2016 when I really started doing music again. I really got the urge to do it because I was in a group that didn't go anywhere. We didn't even get past the start mark. The group didn't do. We didn't even do anything major. And I guess I got to do this. I got to get this solo thing a try. And I tell everybody this: June's World was the make or break project. That was my make or break project, and I hate it. But my homegirl Nicole Marie, she said, "Don't say that. Don't say that about that album. Don't say it. It was the first. It was good." And she told me it's dope. I hated it because I didn't have a sound when I put that out. I was just experimenting with sound. I didn't know what I wanted to sound like. I knew what I wanted to rap about, but I didn't know what I wanted to sing. I didn't know what the sound was going to be. And so I put June's World out, and everybody received it. It was received pretty well. It didn't do big numbers. I mean, like, who really cares about the numbers back then? I didn't really care, but it did well enough for me to say I gotta follow up from this.
And I remember when you first were talking about putting that album out, because you and me, we were consistently talking about that, and you would send me like the beats that you were going to be working on, what you still do to today. Like you'll send me the beats that you're going to work on. You'll send me like little snippets here and there just so you can get some feedback. And the one thing I could say about June's World, your very first album, um, it was received well. You were experimenting, you were trying to find your identity. And I think throughout the years, you have been able to find that identity, find that niche, and you've been able to pretty much grow into it. Um, so, speaking of your identity in music, your niche, your sound, how would you describe your sound? How would you describe your niche? How, if you were to describe Juneseightyeight to someone who's new to hip hop, who's never really listened to hip hop until they may have caught wind of you, how would you describe your sound?
I would say I listen to a lot of I listen to a lot of Wale, and Wale influences me a lot. So that's one of my biggest influences because I just love his style. And for me, he's really misunderstood. Like he's really a misunderstood person. Like, and I can be a misunderstood person at times. I feel like I have ideas. The way I think I get Wale. I think I can sit down with him and get what he's saying. I think a lot of people don't get him. They don't get him. I'm like, all right, cool. I get what you're saying, Falon. I get what you're saying, brother. And relate my style to him because he influences a lot of stuff. And with my song anymore, I when I heard the beat, I'm like, yo, that sound like a beat Wale would be on. That's like a beat he would be rapping on. And yeah, I didn't pick that beat because I felt like that was a Wale style of beat. I'm like, yo, I could hear if I ever did like a remix of that, like I could get Wale on there, like he could kill it with me, you know what I mean? But like I don't really listen to anybody else heavy. Like I have rappers I listen to, like of course Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick, Pusha, Ross, uh, who else? Chance. I listen to a lot of different people, but like my go-to anytime Wale drops something, so I would say I go listen to it immediately. But like I would relate my style, my sound to like his album about no more about nothing mixtape. Like go back and listen to that. That's how I would relate my sound. Sound with a mix of 90s R&B. No, hip hop. I mean 90s hip hop.
Okay. All right. So Wale mixed with some 90s. Okay. And um, can you tell the people out there what your latest project is or like what you're working on at the moment?
Latest and most recent is The Hero. That's the recent one. And it was supposed to be called Hometown Hero, but I said I didn't like that name because I didn't like the Hometown Hero because I just felt like it limited me to just my city and just where I'm from. I said, nah, I don't want to be a hometown hero. I just want to be a hero. I want to be able to be a person that people can look up to across the board. I don't want to just put myself in a box as a hometown hero. And I'm like, nah, let me just be a hero. Like, and I mean, due to COVID and this whole thing that's jumping off, I didn't get to do everything I wanted to do with that project. I wanted to do crazy visuals. I had um, I was like a mini movie, a mini intro, whatever the case may be, that was gonna go with the album, where it was crazy. Like it was ridiculous. I had everything, like people. I wanted to be in it. I had a location, I had the idea, and I did not get to do it. And it sucks because the idea was so good. It's like, man, it's like if I had, I never do this, but if I had to do a re-release, I would do a re-release of this project and add everything that ideas I had for it because the ideas I had were just too damn good to just waste, and I got to use it.
It
And
sounds like it sounds like to me something that, you know, is going to be coming out soon. Um guys,
he froze. That's okay. You're easy. You froze, bro.
on like the 10-year anniversary, I
Yeah, man.
believe.
Repeat yourself. You froze for a little bit.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, go ahead. Repeat that.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so you're talking about the artist that you listen to.
Right.
And one of the artists that, you know, I listen to a lot of, you know, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle.
Right.
Um, he had an album called the Marathon. Well, I just found out via his Instagram that the Marathon is going to be re-released, but it's going to be a visual album now.
Right.
So I could see the Hero because I've heard the Hero. I've heard the album. I like it. I would
Appreciate
love to
it.
see what type of visuals you have planned for that album. I think the people would love to see that as well, to see what the creative mind is, that the creative mind when it comes to the visual that you're talking about. You know, only one can assume what the visuals are going to be like. Um, but moving on from the music side of your life, one thing I don't think a lot of people know about Mr. June, or if you know about him, his grandma, whatever it could be, it's could be the
All right. You froze again. Go ahead.
you there?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. So the one thing that people don't know about you, or maybe they do know about you through your Instagram, is you. Eagles fly. Oh damn, he's frozen again.
Yeah, go ahead.
You there?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Wherever you was at before in your room, go position back to where the angle was, because you was good to tell you whatever you did.
Yeah, yeah, I was about ready to move into it.
We lost
All right,
him
hold on. Give
again.
me a sec. Pardon the interruption, people. I'm sorry that you're experiencing a little bit the glitches.
Oh yeah, that's the battle you got with this technology. But yeah, go. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
All right. So a lot of people don't know this about you, but fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. You're an Eagles fan.
Oh, you got
You are it. You are an Eagles fan, but it seems like your Eagles are having some issues.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about this, because the one thing that I don't think a lot of people know about you or me is that we used to do a podcast together, and we used to talk about certain things like sports and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, the show about nothing. Hey.
Show about nothing. So we're gonna do a mini show about nothing right here, right now. So let's talk about the Philadelphia Eagles real quick.
What we talking about?
Jalen Hurts, Carson Wentz, go.
Jalen Wentz. Ha! Jalen Wentz. Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts. I don't really see an issue because you got some. I'm in the Eagles group, and there's some pompous Eagles fan, man. These some people like you don't even want to be around these fools the way they be acting about the damn Eagles. But I feel like right now with Jalen Hurts and Carson Wentz, I think it's these last few games are going to tell. These last two games are going to tell me what next season going to look like, because we beat the Saints like with no pressure. Then the Cardinals was a close game. The Cardinals was as close as a game as possible. Flawless game. It wasn't even like, oh, they ran away to score. It was really close. It seemed like the Cardinals could not get the score up on, like, as soon as they score, we get them right back. So it was pretty close. But that Saints game was close, but we won. Like, I think the Saints came in thinking they was gonna beat up on us, and they didn't. Now, Sunday, them boys versus my Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, that's right. Y'all got them Cowboys.
And
the most ironic part about this is that you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan, but you live in Dallas, Texas.
Let me tell you something. It's not that I'm gonna say it on here with the people that are watching.
Took the glasses off too.
Tell y'all something. It's
Tell
not
us.
that I do not like the Cowboys. I do not like your fans. Do you hear me? I do not like the fans. Them the people I swear to goodness that the Cowboys are the only team I know that could go 1-15, and that one win they get, they be talking like they did something. And they'll be like the Dolphins. It be 1-6, 1-15, and talking like they did something.
Wow, yeah, the one reason I don't mind the Cowboys as a team. I think the Cowboys as a team, if they get healthy, they are going to be a threat in the NFC East. I really feel like this season it was just injuries upon injuries upon injuries. I think like a majority of their roster is either on IR or they haven't been healthy all year. It's kind of been the same thing for the Cleveland Browns. Like we lost a couple guys in our secondary.
See, we ain't gonna talk about the Browns. That's something different right there. I don't know what the hell happened to the Browns. They got together. Now I'm gonna throw my boy on the under the bus. Altitude.
Talk to him.
Cause I know you watching.
Talk to him.
Cause My man altitude, he don't like my boy Izzy's Browns. He called me talking smack about the Browns. I don't know about your Browns. I'm like, they made my team. I'm just saying they look like they got a fighting chance.
As of right now, I actually looked into it. The Browns, we are in a very weird situation right now.
Hold on, we're gonna talk about that. But back to these Cowboys.
Back to the Cowboys. Now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say back to the point. As I was saying, I don't mind the Cowboys as a team. I feel like once they get healthy, they're going to be a very solid team. They're going to be a very big threat in the NFC East. What I don't like about them is the fans. They can be a bit obnoxious, and the owner, I just can't stand him. I'm sorry, Jerry Jones. He's got to give up power. If they want to win a Super Bowl, he's got to go.
Let me tell you something. I agree with that whole statement. I agree with everything you said. Now, I like Ezekiel Elliott. He's one of my favorite running backs.
Zeke got to go. I'm sorry.
I mean, he went there.
I get it, but let's be honest.
They paid him too much money. They paid him way too much money. $90 million with 500 with a 500 guarantee. What was it?
I believe so.
So you gave him $90 million. He get 500 off top. So it seemed like after he got that money, he just he felt what's the word I'm looking at? He declined. He declined. Like he ain't did this all season. He did that like one time.
He hasn't been hungry. Like when we first saw him in the league and whatnot, don't get it twisted now. He was balling out. Like he was making moves. He was
doing it every play. Every drive he was eating. But then he got that 90 mil. He was like,
I can't eat no more.
I'm good. But then Dak gets injured trying to prove himself. And
that's the thing that ticked me off. And Jones, I know this is that we're interviewing you right now, but you know how I am. With the day the Browns beat the Cowboys, you called me and you asked me how I felt. You know the exact rant I went on.
Oh, he was pissed. He was pissed. Oh, he was hot. He wasn't pissed in the sense of like he was mad that their team won. It was like, okay. He was like he was on one.
I was on one. Why?
No, man, we ain't gonna do that. We gonna say that for Commissioner Coach of TV. But here's the thing about sports. They were saying, I told Izzy this morning about they saying that Zeke may be the problem. They about that 90 million really wrecked their salary cap. So you really can't even pay Dak right now. Even if you wanted to pay, you really gonna wreck his cap. Some got to give. You paid DeMarcus Lawrence, you paid
Amari Cooper.
You paid
He's gonna get his pay too.
Who?
CeeDee Lamb. I know he's a rookie, but you're gonna guarantee him his money. He's gonna.
And then Tony Pollard start balling out.
Exactly.
And then like you really put yourself. Zeke is the highest paid running back, and he declined. He has not been balling. What Skip Bayless say, he looked like he running the Cowboy sand. He ain't had a big burst this whole game, this whole season. He hadn't had one big burst this entire season. So I'm like, so you wreck your cap paying him, think he gonna do something. So if I'm Jerry Jones, I'm thinking like, why would I pay him? Why would I pay Dak if he gonna do the same thing his boy doing?
Yeah, I hear you. But there's so much we could talk about that. But I'm not gonna digress into it. No. So Eagles, Jalen Hurts, Carson Wentz. I asked you how you felt about that.
Okay. And I got off and we went completely left. But I feel like this. I feel like the last two games are going to tell me everything I need to know about this season because they saying Carson Wentz may go. They say he doesn't want to be a backup. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like Carson Wentz. I got two of his jerseys. I like the guy. He's cool. But I think he's playing scared. I think he's trying to make big plays, but he's blowing them up. But like the game against the Saints, when that drive where Jalen Hurts was about to get destroyed, he went off with her. He ain't seen nobody open. He looked around and he just ran and got a first down. and then the boy Miles Sanders hit an 82-yard run. It was like the game was like plays where Jalen Hurts should have got sacked. If that was Carson Wentz, he would have got sacked. It would have been
Yeah.
I see what kind of quarterback he is. All right. I ain't mad at you, Playboy.
So my question is, do you see Carson Wentz coming back this next year?
I want to say yeah. I mean, if Jalen Hurts wins these last two games, and who did the football the football team plays the Panthers, and I want to say that the football team is going to win the East. I want to say that. I'm going to say that because but the Panthers may play like a madman. So this may be the game they actually give a good game, and if it don't even really matter after that game. So everybody in the NFC East gonna be glued to that game.
Yeah. Yeah. So, man, you kind of touched on the Browns real quick. Can we talk about them?
Let me tell you something. The Browns, I told Altitude, I think it was last year when y'all first got Odell. I said, man, the Browns they got Odell. They got some heat now. They made it. And my boy Toot said, I don't know, man. I don't trust the Browns, bro. I mean, I'm optimistic. I give them a chance. They may do something. It's like you get a new teammate, you got to work the system, got to learn it. And now it's like, all right, they actually winning game. They came into Jerry's world, beat the Cowboys on a trick play, the most ridiculous trick play I ever seen in my life. Odell, he went all the way around. Like he went way out wide and still went straight in, cut left, and got the touchdown line. Nobody touched him. Like, how? Then Brand been winning games. They should have won that game against the Ravens. If Lamar Jackson didn't come back, the Browns would have won that game. The Browns would have won. I think my boy Izzy froze again, y'all. I think the boy Izzy. See, this is why I hate technology. I hate technology. Here, Izzy. Give him a sec. He'll be back.
All right, so go ahead.
All right, y'all. We got had some technical issues, so we are back. So we apologize for that. Y'all know how Zoom is. If you ever did a Zoom meeting, it's Zoom. It happens. So
much for having technology work with us.
He ain't lying. So we was talking about the Browns and
my dog pound.
The Browns are doing something. I mean, they winning games. So I'm like, if they would, like I said before it cut off, the Browns, they won. I mean, if Lamar Jackson never would have came back in that game, the Browns would have won that.
Oh yeah,
the Browns would have won that.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it out right now. Lamar Jackson and company, they ran all over them. But the thing is, though, like I said beforehand, the Cleveland Browns, we have had injuries in our secondary and our defense for the longest time. And a lot of people should know this by now, but if they don't, Myles Garrett, our star defensive end, he actually came off of the COVID-19 list. Like he was recovering from COVID-19. And during a post-game interview, he actually told, I think it was the post-game interview after the Giants game, he had a coughing fit. So he's still getting over that. And the thing about Lamar Jackson, I know a lot of people want to get after him and they want to joke on him for the fact that, oh man, you man, it looked like you about ready to poop your pants. Well, let's not forget, Lamar Jackson was also COVID positive. So he must have been going through the symptoms as well. And one of the symptoms is diarrhea. So that must have been the issue right there for him.
Yeah.
But the Cleveland Browns, the crazy part about them, is that they're in a very particular and a very weird spot right now. They are 10-4 right now. They play the New York Jets this Sunday. And normally that game is just like, okay, that's a game that the Browns should win. And it is. But the Browns need to win that game. And the reason is because the playoff scenario is for them is a little bit nuts. The Bengals beat the Steelers this past Monday night, which opened the door to the AFC North. And with that being said, the Browns are one game behind. And if the Steelers lose to the Colts and the Browns beat the Jets next week, week 17, that game is going to be for the NFC North title.
Yeah.
And the crazy part about that is the one game everybody's going to be looking to in the AFC is the Dolphins versus the Raiders. And the reason everybody's looking at that game is because if the Dolphins lose to the Raiders, the Browns have pretty much locked in their spot in the playoffs. But if the Dolphins win, the Browns have to win out entirely. It's either win and you're in, or lose and you go 11-5 and you're out of the playoffs.
Yep.
But speaking of like the AFC North, Tony, I know you saw this. The Bengals beat the Steelers?
I blame Juju Smith-Schuster on that. I blame him, Mr. Dancing on Logan. I mean, after the first two losses, you got to stop that. You can't be cocky and still. You can't be losing games and still dancing. Then you lose. Then you gonna put out the statement. Yeah, I'm gonna stop dancing on Logan. Good. You should have never started. See what happens when you get cocky. Soon you get cocky.
The crazy part is, he dances on the 50. And if you saw if you saw his TikTok that he posted, he was talking about when they tell you to stop dancing on logo, but I'm gonna be me anyways. And he dances on the logo and he has the two footballs in his hands. He throws one up, spikes the other. Is it Von Bell? I think it is. I don't remember his name, but he plays for the Bengals. He's a safety. He's a safety or a cornerback, one of the two. 3rd and 2. 3rd and 7. 3rd and 2. It takes 2 to 3. And it reminds me of the hit that Denzel Ward had back when he was with Ohio State playing against Maryland.
Yeah.
That was the hit. That when I saw that hit live, I jumped out my seat. I was like, yo, these Bengals are not playing today. They are serious right now.
Oh yeah, man. Like that was pretty embarrassing right there, man. You did
in your mind, watching a game like that, granted, you're in the NFC East, you're an Eagles fan, but watching a game like that where we just saw the New York Jets get their very first win against a very good Los Angeles Rams football team. And now Monday night, we're seeing the Bengals taking on the Steelers and they're winning. What is going through your mind at that point? Like how do you like?
A lot of big wins are coming out this season. Like a lot of big wins that in games where you think the team who's going to lose actually wins. Like I said, the Eagles got a big win. Saints, the football team got a big win. Seahawks, the Giants got a big win. Who did they beat? Who was that team they beat? They got a big win. Who did the Giants beat? They beat somebody tough. But yeah, the Giants got a big win. The Cowboys, they ain't
Giants beat the Seahawks.
Who did the Redskins beat? The football team beat.
They beat the Steelers. Big win.
Yeah, the football team beat the Steelers. Then the Giants beat the Seahawks, then the Saints, then the Eagles beat the Saints. Cowboys ain't got no big win, but that's neither here nor there. Not throwing no shade. But a lot of big wins are coming out this season. A lot of teams that you think gonna lose actually are winning. Like, damn. And to see the Jets beat the Rams? How?
I don't know. But that's who the Browns play this week. And this could be a trap game. I hope not. Browns should take this game.
I hope so.
The Browns need to take this one.
They better.
They better. Okay. we talked about, we've been talking about your sports fandom and whatever. Let's hop back into Juneseightyeight. Let's hop back into who you are for a second, because I think I asked this question earlier.
You're breaking up, bro.
June, something that a lot of people, Juneseightyeight is a very unique name, something not a lot of people have heard of, know about. So where did Juneseightyeight come from? How did that name come about?
All right, long story short, but I put it like this: Juneseightyeight was supposed to be like a writing alias, just writing. I don't want to go by my name. I said, let me just think of something unique, and it was what's my guy's name? He's with Division. I think his name is I gotta find a dude's name, but there's a guy. His name 1985, like that. So I heard that name like. Well, all right, I kind of like that name. I said, let me be Juneseightyeight. So I'm like, all right, that sounds like a cool name. And I was all right, cool. I'm gonna just pick Juneseightyeight. So I said, all right. I heard the name. I think it was Paul Jeffrey 1985. But I'm like, all right, cool. I like that. Whatever. I was gonna go with that. So that was just gonna be like a little songwriter alias. So I was like, all right, cool. Did that for a little bit. Then I got taking music serious, and I need a rap name. I need a rap name. So I said, shoot, what can I go by? What can I go by? What can I go by? And I'm like, I said, let me just use Juneseightyeight, see how that goes. And that's how it goes. That's a long story short. Like it started from I seen that name. I was like, let me just Juneseightyeight. Let me go with that. So that's what it is.
It's worked out for you.
Yep. Yeah, man, that's how it went down. But yeah, his name is Paul Jeffries, 1985. So had to look him
Paul
up.
Jeffrey 1985.
Yep.
So we got Paul Jeffrey 1985, and now we got Juneseightyeight.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the more you know.
Well, you know. All right, Mr. Juneseightyeight. I don't know how we are looking on time right now, but let me open the floor to you. Is there anything else that you want to tell the people out there in the YouTube, podcast, Apple, Spotify, music world? Is there anything that you want to put out there so that, you know, people can keep an eye out for you, or people can just like look out and be like, yo, I want to check this guy out when it comes to his YouTube and stuff? Is there anything that you want to do? Promote yourself any way you want to right now. The floor is yours.
Wow, haven't heard that one yet, but sure, gotta plug myself now. That's different. I'm used to asking other people to do it. Now I gotta do it. Nah, but like if y'all on this YouTube,
This episode is about you now.
So y'all already on this YouTube channel, y'all already know how to find me. But like right now, I am working on some new music. I got a new joint called Record Shop coming out top of the year. And with this being the season ender of Coffee with Jones, season 1 is up. Thanks for watching, the people that tuned in faithfully and watched. Season 2 will be starting next year. I don't have a exact time when season 2 is going to be dropping, but I know I got some ideas for who I want to be on it on season 2. But Spotify, Apple Music. That's that's the go-to spots. Title. I'm everywhere. I'm on all streaming platforms, but the ones I really plug is Spotify and Apple Music. The Hero's out right now. All my other music's out. Uh, what else? Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Follow your boy. And yeah, man, that's about it with me, man. Like, I hope y'all learned something today. We got to talk about sports. We got to talk about everything. So
Yes, sir.
hopefully y'all.
Oh, there's one thing we didn't talk about.
What are you talk about?
You a foodie. Real quick, for the people out there, give us your top three. And just because I know this is a you thing, top three root beers.
Rubies? Ah, damn. Rubies.
Just in case y'all don't know, Junes88 is a big foodie, and the one thing that he's always about is his root beer. So you're gonna learn something about him today.
It's Sioux City's number one. Sioux City's number one.
City. I actually have tried that. They're actually really good.
That's number one. There's another one. I don't know the name of it, but if I figure out the name, I'll put it in my little what you call it, comment joint. There's a what's another one? For number that's number two. I can't call the name of it, but that's my number two. But number three, I gotta go with the generic joint, the A&W. A&W is always clutch. A&W is always a clutch one.
You got Barg's root beer as well. Barg's is up there too.
Marks is good, but Mug root beer is too foamy for me. I don't like Mug.
Mugs was actually like when you were growing up and you really couldn't afford the A&W root beer. That was like the second choice.
Yeah,
That was like the like if you like how can I describe it? Um that's like having Drew Brees as your starting quarterback and he's like not available or he's hurt. So you got to get Phillip Rivers to come play for you.
damn. I was gonna say Phillip Rivers too. Damn, good quarterback. He'll get you where you need to be, but like,
Yeah. Okay. All right. So root beers. What about? I know you can be a bit of a beer lager type of guy.
I dabble.
You
I
dabble in the
dabble.
lagers. You dabble in the beer game. So, what is your top three beer slash lagers that you've tried that you would recommend?
Right now, I've been on that. Anything from Bishop Cider Co. at the Cider Company in the Bishop Art Districts. I've been on that lately. And I just finished up some pineapple cider. That's what I've been on lately. My go-to beer and my go-to when I'm just chilling with the fellas, give me a nice cold Miller Lite, and it's a day. It's a good time. It's a real good time.
Miller Lite.
That's it. That's what I go to. That's the go-to. Like that's a good time. You're with the fellas. You're chilling in the backyard, grilling. You got the steaks on the grill, having a good time, a real good time.
Okay. 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 So you got his root beer choices. You got his lagers. You got his beer choices. Mr. Junes88.
What's up?
Season 1 is officially done with. We are moving on to season 2.
Oh yeah, I
So,
was
with
definitely
that
going to bring you back on season two to see where you come, see how far you've come, gotten, not come, how far you've gotten with Misfit Culture TV.
oh yeah, defo like that. Hey, like I said, for the people out there in the world right now, Misfit Culture TV, Misfit Culture podcast will be coming out 2021. I do not have a definite date yet. I'm working on that right now. So I have the Instagram Misfit Culture Podcast, and you spell Misfit MXSFT Culture Podcast. You can find me on the YouTube Misfit Culture TV, same way you spell Misfit MXSFT Culture TV. You can find it there. I am on Twitter. Um, I will send Mr. June the link so he can put it down in the description so you can find me there. But yeah, Misfit Culture Podcast, Misfit Culture TV, be on the lookout for that. I will be having Mr. Juneseightyeight on my show as well one day, and we're gonna just go ahead and talk sports, and we're gonna have a good time. It's always a good time to be with the brother. I've known this man for about 7-8 years now, and he like he says, he's the type of guy that's gonna help you out and push you to go forward in life. That's how he really is, and I can only expect nothing but good things moving forward from this point on. So, Juneseightyeight, floor is yours to shut it down. Go ahead.
Like I say, yo, this has been season 10. I'm glad everybody who tuned in, who watched. I thank you to everybody who's been on Coffee with Jones. Like, yeah, this is it. Like I said, this started from my idea. Like, I got to do something because I wanted to revamp my YouTube channel. I did a lot of things. I had a cranked out. I've been cranking out material for a while. I've been cranking out like since the whole from November to December, this content.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know how much content I was gonna put out. I ain't know. Coffee with Jones started with an idea. That's all I could say. Let me do a little morning show. I called up one person, I'll do it. Call another person, I'll do it. Call another person, they'll do it. It just everybody I asked was down to do it. It wasn't a hassle. It wasn't it was like, all right, cool. So all the episodes are dope. So if y'all watching this and you have not seen every other episode, please do your favor and check them out because season 2 is gonna be crazy. So
Yes, sir. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um, Now 2021. Quick question. I know you really couldn't do nothing about. I know you couldn't do the live on Jones Street open mic nights or whatever. 2021. 2021. Will we see the live on Jones Street again?
in the words of a man, I don't want to quote this man wrong. I gotta look up the quote.
Go ahead.
Give me a second. Give me a second. All right. Steve Borden, aka Sting, I like to quote him. He said a quote. He said something about some years ago. He said something very, very impactful. When you asked me about it, would we see another live on Jones Street? And the only thing is for sure is nothing is for sure. That's
Right.
all I can give y'all. Only thing for sure is nothing for sure. But yeah, screw all that. Yes, live on Jones Street is coming back. Yeah, it's coming back. I'm not even gonna fucking hold y'all. Like he's coming back because I was talking to
Let's
Altitude
go.
the other day. He was like, oh yeah, we doing some shows next year. It's 2020. I was like, oh yeah, we do. Hey, it's like you, I, this COVID has pushed people like me, Altitude Guy, my Lynn, my girl Summer Nixon, Nicole Marie, um, Amari Moore, C3, everybody who's musical, who did performances and did was on stage doing music, it has hit us so hard and it sucks because doing this isn't what it is. It's like
Right.
I need real time crowd reaction. It's kind of like a comedy. If you got some new jokes and you're trying to work those new jokes out, you got to work those jokes out in front of a live crowd. Because with Zoom and IG Live, that you getting thumbs up and heart and flame emojis is cool, but I don't know if that joke really worked. I don't know if he just doing that just cause. I need to know how the room is, you know, I need
Yeah.
when the beat drops, I need to see expression on people's faces when how the beat, what verse. I need to know all these things. So it COVID really put a damper and affected a lot of musicians heavy and like I know a lot of people that strictly don't have a job. Music is their job. Like they are making money off of doing shows, paid gigs. So it's affected a lot of people. So I mean, Jones Law and Jones is gonna be back, and I got ideas. I've told you a few of them. Uh, we talked about it, and the ideas I have, I'm telling you, boy, I'm just telling. If y'all watching this, 2020, just pay attention to what I'm about to do. What me and the squad is about to do. When y'all see it, it's gonna be how the hell did they pull that off? That's how it's gonna be. Like,
2020 or 2021?
20, yeah, 2021. I keep this COVID got me. Dang, this COVID-19 really fucked up my memory, brother. Like, damn. I forgot it was 2020. Like 20, like, damn, 2021. Yeah. 2021. It's gonna be like, oh, y'all niggas are gonna be like, oh, this fool really hot. But
He
it's
went
gonna,
off.
yeah, it's gonna be just a line of events that I got planned. Like, it's
And you
one.
know what though? I think if I know you like I know you, I don't think the world is ready for what you got in store.
They not, man. Like,
They're not ready for the world.
I
But you
just
know
tell
what
people
though?
like,
But you know what though? I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna end it like this. Will Junes'88 have another live on Jones Street? Will the squad take over Dallas and then move into the world? Find out next time in another episode of Dragon Ball Z.
hey, y'all heard it, man. We out of here.
Let's go.